You didn't show Savannah?
Yeah, I just did. Imagine working hard for a 4-year bachelor's degree and only getting paid a minimum of about $42,200 a year. Individuals are choosing not to enter the teaching profession due to the salary, and some are even leaving the profession because their wage just simply is not enough to go through everyday life. I picked this topic because I have decided to major in elementary education. Although I know the low salary of a teacher, that is what my heart desires to do in life. I have done much research on this topic and found that it is almost impossible to live off of a teacher's salary, which has made me rethink my decision in majoring in elementary education. Teachers do so much for students and take so much of their own time making sure they are the perfect teacher and do everything they can to help the young lives of students. The first point I'm going to introduce is the starting salary of a teacher in Alabama. According to ZipRecruiter, as of November 11, 2024, the average annual pay for a first-year teacher in Alabama is $42,228 a year. Just in case you need a simple salary calculator, that works out to be approximately $20.30 an hour. This is the equivalent of $812 a week or $3,519 a month. Some individuals with no college degree tend to make more than teachers. Even compared to other government employees that require college degrees, teachers make less money. For example, the median teacher makes around $55,000 less than the median government human resource worker. In fact, the median police officer was paid almost $3,000 more than the median teacher, even though only around 1% of the police department is required a 4-year degree. In 2015, the most recent year of the data, according to USA Facts in 2015. Therefore, the starting salary of a teacher should be raised, being that an individual is required a 4-year degree in order to partake in the job. Teachers put in everything they have just to get paid less than some people who do not even have a degree. This is absurd and immediate changes need to be made. Secondly, the amount of overtime a teacher works and is not paid for is impractical. According to Alice O'Brien, instead, teachers, a heavily female profession that suffers from a large and growing wage gap compared with other similarly educated professionals, should be provided the same protections as other white-collar professionals whose exempt status depends not just on job duties but also on a salary. Teachers often work well beyond the standard 40-hour work week. The time spent preparing lessons, grading papers, and participating in professional development activities can add up significantly. Overtime pay would compensate them for these additional hours. Aside from that, investing in teachers by providing overtime pay can lead to improved teaching quality. When educators are adequately compensated for their extra efforts, they may be more motivated to go the extra mile and provide quality education to their students. Many other professions that require long hours or work outside the regular 9-to-5 schedule are entitled to overtime pay. Providing this benefit to teachers would only be a matter of fairness and equality. Besides, offering overtime pay can help retain experienced teachers and attract new talent to the profession. This can ultimately benefit students by ensuring a stable and qualified teaching workforce, the Learning Exchange in 2024. Therefore, in order for fairness in this country, teachers should qualify for overtime, especially considering all of the overtime they are almost forced to work. Lastly, with the wages of teachers being so low, this is likely to push individuals away from the profession. After 8 years in the classroom in Hamlet, Indiana, Pontus was laid off because of budget cuts. When he began teaching at his current school, he was offered a first-year teacher salary of $34,000, despite his prior experience. He now just earns $40,000 a year after 15 years in the classroom and a master's degree. With 3 kids, ages 9, 10, and 11, and my wife to support, I have definitely thought of leaving the teaching profession to better support my family, Pontus says, NEA News in 2017. The systematic issues in education are becoming too massive to continue ignoring. Burned out teachers, embattled administrators, overburdened counselors, and support staff stretched to the breaking point. It's a recipe for disaster. And it's catching up with us. The problem is not just current teachers exiting the field, it's that there are fewer people entering the profession to replace them, Perna in 2024. Therefore, not only are fewer people wanting to join the teaching profession, those who are already in it are thinking about leaving or are leaving. Having knowledge about the outrageous salary of a teacher is more important than you think it is. Today we discussed the starting salary of teachers in Alabama, why teachers should get paid overtime, and about teachers not entering or leaving the profession of teaching. Individuals are leaving the profession and now some are not following their hearts and entering the profession because of the bogus salary. As a college student having second thoughts about entering the profession of teaching, it is important to understand why a teacher's salary is so important. So if you have children or are thinking of having children, remember why they might not have a teacher that is willing to do anything for them or possibly not even have a teacher at all.